What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here with the quartering, and who could have foreseen blue check marks getting angry about Ghostbusters Afterlife being relatively positively received by the fandom? It's shocking, I'm sure. You may have a hard time believing it, but it's true. Now, I did a trailer reaction this morning that nobody saw. I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube views, or if just literally nobody cared. But most of my videos today are just tanking, so I don't know what's going on. But nonetheless, I still work. And there's a lot of bizarre feedback, including Ghostbusters Afterlife being called a Stranger Things ripoff, which I think is reductive. It's all stemming from essentially Stranger Things having like their lead actor after Stranger Things dressed up like Ghostbusters in the show. I mean, I think it's a reasonable, logical leap for people. But I mean, we don't know anything about the plot. We don't know if there's an upside down in it. We don't know really anything. It's just, hey, it's the same actor from Stranger Things, and he also wore a Ghostbusters jumpsuit in Stranger Things, so therefore it's a Stranger Things ripoff. By the way, as pointed out, Stranger Things was a ripoff of Super 8, and that was a ripoff of the Goonies. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. The newly released trailer for Jason Reitman's Ghostbusters Afterlife, released this morning, is facing criticism from some internet users over a resemblance to the 80s set supernatural Netflix series Stranger Things. What resemblance? In Afterlife, the long-awaited third film and follow-up to Ivan Reitman's 84, Ghostbusters, and 89 sequel, Ghostbusters 2, the estranged family of former Ghostbusters relocate to a small town in Oklahoma where they soon discover supernatural happenings. Mom, Callie, science-obsessed daughter, Phoebe. By the way, don't see a lot of people complaining about a female lead in this video, huh? Where are all those toxic males? And gearhead son, Trevor, who is Finn Wolfhard, as we all know, begin to suspect something strange is going on in the neighborhood, spurring Phoebe and Trevor to act as part of the new generation of Ghostbusters. The new Ghostbusters is going to be, quote, a Stranger Things ripoff, tweeted one person. Reads another tweet, just watched the new Stranger Things trailer, and it's called Ghostbusters for some reason. Both Stranger Things and Afterlife star Wolfhard as a small-town teen forced to confront paranormal. Wolfhard once admitted he believes Stranger Things' role would prevent him from starring in the new Ghostbusters, telling the Hollywood Reporter over last summer, I was auditioning for that exact reason, I thought Jason Reitman is probably not even going to go look at my tape because I've already done Stranger Things, but I guess he identified a lot with my tape and it ended up working out for the best. Because he played a Ghostbuster in season 2 of the hit on Netflix. He donned a screen-accurate Ghostbusters uniform as part of the Halloween costume. Quote, I'm really excited. It's genuinely a really beautiful film, and I'm really excited for people to see it, Wolfhard previously told Entertainment Tonight of Afterlife. It's really faithful to the first two movies, which is probably why a lot of people are heaping on faux anger. I like Stranger Things. Paul Rudd, is it set in the Ghostbusters universe, so I'll watch this when it lands on Netflix. I mean, like, a lot of people are trying to say that the film is going to tank at the box office. I mean, I don't know. I got to be honest with you. A lot of people are lashing out at the film, saying that it's too much fan service. I didn't get that at all. Too much fan service would have been a highlight reel of the original Ghostbusters, which, by the way, you don't see at all during this entire trailer. A lot of people are saying, to my criticism of that, hey, it's just a teaser. I don't know. Sony called it a trailer. They didn't call it a teaser. I guess maybe it's a teaser trailer. But then you had this hot take from James, which is a journalist. At that Ghostbusters trailer, you don't reward regressive fanboys, many of whom created an atmosphere of racist, misogynist toxicity that led to be a leading lady leaving this very platform by making the very film they wanted in the first place. I mean, what? Literally, what? First of all, I don't know who you're talking about. Are you talking about Leslie Jones? Did she leave Twitter? I can't remember. But from what I remember, there was some trolling and some counter trolling there. I don't know who he's talking about. McMahon would not be alone in his opinion. Matthew Rodriguez, the editor of The Body, stated, Lamau, of course, Ghostbusters Afterlife is about family and lineage and legacy and all those other effing white patriarchal American values. It's literally a reaction to the idea of 4 women, including 1 black woman. The franchise must assert its real successor, he corrects. No, I don't think so. I think that what it is a reaction to the fact that Ghostbusters is still a much beloved franchise and they continue to think that they can milk it and revive it. I'm actually, I'm less convinced after seeing this first trailer. If the original cast is just kind of tossed aside as nostalgia bait, I'm not sure that I'm going to run into the theaters and see it. I want these dudes to have significant roles in this. And when I have mostly Paul Rudd and mostly kids, I don't know that this film would appeal to me. Put it this way. If I saw this trailer and it wasn't called Ghostbusters, I probably wouldn't be interested in seeing what I saw. So if the film does poorly in the box office, it's going to be because it's a bad film. The exact same thing we could say about Ghostbusters 2016. Wired staff producer Adam Lance Garcia would note that he's intrigued by the first trailer, but then had to justify that opinion. Consider me intrigued. Then he immediately follows up. This, of course, is not to discount Ghostbusters 2016, a film that was unfairly attacked by the worst kind of humans, most of whom were men, because men are inherently emotional and irrational and get angry when women do anything, to which I can say, go F yourselves, dudes. What? Then you have Julia Alexander from The Verge. The new Ghostbusters trailer looks awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we keep making Finn Wolfhard play Finn Wolfhard in a different city. Only way I can imagine enjoying this is if Paul Rudd is Scott Lang and Ant-Man is just like, forget it, time travel's real, why not ghosts? Okay. And then you have a hot take from Quentin Reviews. The reason Ghostbusters 2020 looks better than the Ghostbusters 2016 isn't about politics or gender. It's about the fact that the new film seems like a love letter made by a group of fans, and the 2016 felt like something they made because they all had a free summer. Wow, surprising take from Quentin Reviews. Blake Northcutt, great. Wonder Woman, Ghostbusters, and Black Widow trailers all within a few days. A common thread. Studios are learning from disastrous and pricey 2017 and 2018 experiments. Don't mess with the franchises. Don't mess with tone. Please, customers, not critics. They're catching on. Then you have Douglas Ernst. It's a Ghostbuster trailer that makes me want to see a Ghostbusters movie. Weird that I was told irrationally to have a thing against Ghostbusters a few years ago. I was told I had one. And then if you look at some of these tweets, they're hilarious. I'm finding it infuriating that we're supposed to forget all the toxicity and downright cruelty surrounding the release of the 2016 Ghostbusters film and just play nice with male fans who quite literally called for an actress to be ended. I don't think they understand the word literally. Generally, you're going to want to prove something like that. Then we have another blue check mark. Here is a writer from LA. Shouldn't really be surprised that the trolls were furious about a Ghostbusters remake with women, but totally down for one without any jokes. By the way, the main character of the new Ghostbusters franchise is a girl. Just saying. It also appears that the mother has some sort of larger role in the film as well. That's 2 leading ladies in the trailer, but I guess who's counting? Then another blue check mark. Today has been a reminder that talking about Ghostbusters on the internet has become a really, really bad idea in recent years. It seems the fandom may never truly bounce back from one movie starring women that was neither bad or good enough to have inspired so much division. The movie was awful. It was terrible. The movie had a gigantic budget, a bunch of bloated egos as stars, and nobody liked it. And it lost money from what I could tell. Now, if they made that movie on a $50 million budget, maybe the money they made in the theater would have justified making it, but it was just bad. It was a nonstop queef jokes for an hour, and most of the other jokes weren't even funny. I mean, I like a good queef joke every once in a while, but relying on them relying on every man being stupid in the film, relying on terrible CG. In fact, the CG of that film was really one of the worst sins of it. And also them making sure to come out and make a statement that, hey, we're not canon. We don't want to be associated with the original Ghostbusters, but we do want all the Ghostbusters fandom's monies. And of course, you have the Hispanic pixie dream girl. This is was noted in the article. MF, it's a movie about a ghost. Get real, dog. I mean, there's like, obviously, you know, I love it. It'll be interesting to see how it does in the box office. I need to see more before I commit to actually seeing this film. The trailer was pretty milquetoast for me. I mean, if it really was Slimer in there, I guess that was pretty cool. But everything else in there didn't really convince me that it's going to be any better than just another soulless remake. But we'll have to see. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that it's everything that the Ghostbuster fandom has been waiting for. It's a tough task. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.